Time to throw the confetti. Today we're making cheesy ham and potato soup, perfect for the holidays. This weather is so cold and this soup looks so delicious. Oh my goodness, I can't wait to get started. This recipe is from My Mama Made That. It's the Junior League of Hampton Roads cookbook. It's absolutely wonderful and has a ton of really great recipes, perfect for a busy mama on the go. I started with 4 cups of chopped red potatoes. I cubed them in 1-inch cubes. Step, I added some onion. For this, my picky eaters do not like a whole lot of onion, but I did about 1/3 cup of chopped onion. If your kids don't like it, I probably wouldn't do this as much. Next, I started adding the 4 cups of potatoes to my pot. I am obsessed with this one from Cuisinart, but any pot will do. And I started to add the onions, the 1/3 cup of onions. Next, I added some celery to this. So I chopped up 1 rib of celery. Again, just if your picky eaters are not crazy about this, I probably wouldn't do a whole lot of celery, but it mixes all together really nicely and makes this delicious soup. Next, I added ham. Again, I just kind of cubed this. It's all going to melt beautifully together, so I just cubed it up really small. I added the 4 cups of red potatoes, 1 rib of celery, 1/3 cup of chopped onion, all to my pot. I added 3 cups of water and I brought it all to a boil. It boiled, I reduced the heat. I simmered it over medium heat for 10 to 15 minutes or until the potatoes were nice and tender. This recipe calls for 2 chicken bouillon cubes. This is what I had in my pantry. If you don't have this in your pantry, you can also make your own homemade chicken stock or you can purchase it from the grocery store. I added the 2 bouillon cubes to my pot and then I added 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of salt, and a teaspoon of pepper. For the butter, I needed 5 tablespoons of unsalted butter, so this worked out perfectly. I then also added 5 tablespoons of flour. This was all-purpose flour. If you don't have all-purpose flour or don't like to use it, that's perfectly fine. You can use something else, but I mixed them together in a small saucepan. To this over medium to low heat, stirring, making sure I didn't get any clumps. Using a fork was the perfect way to whisk the flour and the butter together. I cooked it for 1 minute or until it was thickened, stirring it occasionally. I slowly stirred in 2 cups of milk. This for about 4 to 5 minutes over medium-low heat until it got nice and thick. I then added it to my potato mixture and I stirred it all up, waiting to make sure that it was all heated together. Once it was finished, I ladled it into soup bowls. I also put some in a container to freeze. This freezes really, really well and makes for delicious lunches for the next day at work. So this is a wonderful and easy recipe to make, and my family loves it too. I topped it with some ham, and I also added some cheese to it. You could do bacon or sour cream. I certainly hope you and your family enjoy this delicious meal together.